to give a quick tutorial on how to just make a page that I already have a template for. And I'll show you some shortcuts. It's just an example of how to make a page based off of one that I've already made, and so I'm just making a template for it. So I have the page that I'm copying right here. I used to use this setup and then I deleted it, and I want to bring it back because I think that it would be useful for some people to have. So I'm just recreating it. Okay, so first things first, I have this little note up here that's that I'm going to copy. So it's that an asterisk means a note to be transferred. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to make that gray, and so I can either make that gray by, so I have to highlight the whole thing, so you can either click 3 times or go to the end and highlight the whole thing, and you can either change the color by kind of going through here. You can change the color of the text, or you can change the background color, or what you can do is press Command H and it will automatically make it the last highlight color that you made. So let's say I just highlighted this yellow. If I highlight this whole thing and press Shift Command H, the whole thing will become yellow. And if I press it again, it'll go back to black. So I'm gonna make it gray, and I'm also gonna italicize it. Next, I have a Google Calendar link that you would link in yourself. And now I'm going to start making these headings up here. So to make a heading, what you can either do is press backslash and then type header and press turn into 1 or 2 or 3. Or I can do Command Option 1 for for the biggest header, Command Option. You can see the modifier keys up here at any time. Command Option 2, Command Option 3. Basically, Command Option lets you pick from an array of the blocks that you have by numbers. So if you press Command Option and 1 through 0, it'll give you a different option for a block. So I want Command Option 2, which is header 2. And I'm going to say all to-dos, and then I'm going to press Command, so press Enter, not Command, press Enter, and that makes a new block, and I want to bring this block and put it next to this other block, and so that's how you create columns. One annoying thing is that you can't make columns within another block. You can, so like if you have a sub block, this is a sub block, you can't make a column within it. What you can do, though, is create, make a page. So if I made this a page, I could, this is really complicated and very annoying, but I'm going to show you anyway. So page, it actually doesn't matter what this is called, but let's say I want column 1, and then I want to add another block, and I want to make this the second column. I can then make the column in here, go back, and turn this into text, and it'll have the column there. That's really annoying, but just so you know, that's how you make columns inside of another block. So let's delete all this. Okay, but anyway, we have 2 columns here, and now we want this column's going to be the daily notes, and we're going to have this as a header 2, and we're going to say month, year, because over here I have it formatted as August 2019. That's when I had that last. And then I'm going to color these, so I'm going to go backslash and go background, so that will bring up all the background colors, or I can press in blue and it'll give me the options for blue, so either blue text or blue background. I'll go blue background, and we'll go blue background, and then I'm going to make this side smaller. And 3 dashes makes a divider. And now in here I just had all of my categories for to-dos, so I'm just going to add template categories, so professional, personal, and say academics. And then I'm going to make another page I like doing Command Option to make something a page, as opposed to doing backslash and then page and choosing it here, because when you choose it, it automatically opens up into that page, and if I'm just making like a random page, I don't want to do that. I just want it to be there and I don't want to have to switch out of it. So we're going to call this, you can also highlight and do Shift Command R to rename it. So we're going to name this archive. And now what I want to do is I have a template button for add a new daily note. And so how you make a template button, it's not one of the Command Option 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, blah. It is one that you have to do a backslash for, and then I press template. And basically, here's what a template button is. So we'll just say like a bunch of random stuff in here. Okay, and we'll press close. And now anytime I want to add that, it just automatically adds that. So if you've seen other of my tutorials, I have lots of these. We don't want this because this is nonsense, but we want to open it up and to configure out. So to configure it, to like change what's in it, you would press that little settings button. You can change it to add new day's note. And then what we're going to do, so in here I have like a couple blocks in here. So we have, for some reason I have to drop a block there instead of making one. So let's go to heading 3 and say plan. Then we'll do 3 dashes, and here I'll just already format this for plan. And we'll highlight it, make it gray, because I just like gray. Actually, to make this whole thing gray. Oh, and we actually want this to be a toggle. Because each daily note is a toggle. And I'll show you what that looks like afterward. So we want this to be the day, or the date, and the day. So I usually fill it out as like Monday, the 1st. So now in here we say plan, and that's usually where I write my actual plan. Oh, okay, things are getting kind of messed up, I'm sorry. Make this a header, plan. And we'll color this blue. And then we'll go back and say, okay, to-dos, we'll press Command Option. Remember, Command Option 3 turns it into a header. Backslash blue colors it blue. And in here, here's where we end up with that difficulty of having columns within a block. So if I want to try and make a column, as is here, I have difficult to-dos and easy to-dos. So difficult to-dos, and we would have to-do list, and then I want to, oopsies. And then I want to have easy to-dos. If I want to move this to the side, I can't. Like, I can only move it to the side of the larger block that it's in. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to copy that, and I'm going to make a page. And it'll open up. And now we can do that thing that we did earlier, which is make columns in here. And I think these are indented, so I'll just indent those for shits and giggles. Then we'll go back. So up here you can find the breadcrumb of like the page that this is within. Now I have to go back to configure and turn this into text. Great. Okay, now I can just delete those things that were above it. To make this whole block, so everything that's under it, so everything that's highlighted, this whole box here, I have it as yellow. I can do yellow, and the whole thing will be yellow. If I want this to be green, which it is on the other page, then I would make it green. I'm going to make it blue for aesthetic reasons. And that's pretty much all. I usually will in here add, oh, another thing is when you're in a to-do, or let's say you're in a bullet, also you can turn these into another block by doing the Command Option thing, or for some of them you can have even shorter commands, so I can press the side arrow here, space, and it'll turn into a toggle, dash, and it'll turn into a list, star, and it'll, what else? Oh, quote, and it'll turn into a quote. Header, yeah, double header, triple header. So that's how you do that. So if I want to turn this into a to-do, I don't know if there's a to-do option, so I think I have to either do Command-Shift-4 or backslash to-do. But for some reason when you press enter on this, it deletes it. Kind of annoying. That's another way to turn anything into text, by the way, if you haven't written anything in it. So if I have something in here and I press enter, then it'll enter. But if I don't have anything written and I press enter, it'll turn it into text. And so I'm not the hugest fan of that feature, but I see the ease that it brings about. I think doing Command Option 0 is easier, but it's fine. Okay, so I usually have, to make text below that without needing to like do the arrow or whatnot, I would just say text. And then it does this. And so usually I'll have like, my easy to-dos will have, like respond to these people because those are pretty easy things to do. And then you can, so this is indented. To indent, you press tab. So, and to unindent, you press shift tab. So tab, shift tab, tab, shift tab. You can't tab more than once, unlike Google Docs where you can tab a bunch of times. And then other, we'll say. I think that's pretty much what I have. On here I have, I believe, like some things that I always wanted to do, which I'll fill in that. So for tomorrow, so what I want to do is fill out to-dos for tomorrow, check calendar, where of meetings, and I think I have some extra things. Make a plan of where to go. Yeah, so that's that, and then what I'll do is I will take my to-dos from here. Oh, another way to easily open up a toggle without having to actually press the button is Command Return, so that opens and closes it. So here I can Command Return, and then I can close this. Also, to open all toggles that are on the page, you press Command Option T. Is that true? Yeah, Command Option T closes and opens all of them. So like on the seminar where you have collapse all, expand all. Okay, and then on here, what I also have that you can't see in that frame is I have past months, and that will be like August 2019, and so let's say I have a bunch of stuff from August, so let's pretend that I had filled all these out. I would move those into August, and now I would update the month to be the September. So I can open that up and delete these. It's gray when there's nothing in it, in case you didn't notice. And then you can also have a one that's past years, if you've been doing it for a while. So that's it for the most part. I think I might have taught you a few things in here. This tells me that I've been on my computer for too long and I need to look away, ignore it. That's pretty much it.